am getting ready to set up for a video demonstration. And let me see what we're doing today. I'm doing a bit of everything. I'm doing projector mapping, floor applications. I'm not gonna, I gotta bring all that equipment to do floor mapping if I'm doing the floor. So I'm gonna do the floor with some video gaming and with some other stuff. But I'm basically, I got a demonstration I want to do with the white wall versus the black technology. I definitely want to do that. Pretty sure he's screaming out the window because I can hear him right now yelling at people. All right, changes we have coming, because I told you that, you know, closer we get to this contract and doing the installs, we're doing the installs and then getting the contract for our company. Some things are going to be changing. So we're removing a couple items, actually a few items are coming off the blacklist because seeing what the glass technology, the black mist can do, that stuff looks insane on glass. It does. It looks insane. And then the fact that I can sit it in a window and hit it with a projector and an image can still pull while sunlight is pushing through the window. Yeah. There are all types of things we can do with that product. And having a physical glass screen would be sick. Would be interesting. We'll be the first ones with a glass projection screen. So let me see. I'm going over to where are my pages. I need to get to our marketplace here and get ready for this, because what we're going to do is I'm adding an upgrade to this, an advanced upgrade, because when I move, I'm getting me a glass screen. That glass screen is gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. I can set that thing in a window and have my projector hit it and just see the light. What I'm going to do for my glass screen, when I do my custom built house, I'm going to have the whole wall turned into a window. I'll put my glass screen right in the middle of it and set up my ultra short throw projector so I can see the outside, all the beautiful scenery, and my screen at the same time. That's what I'm doing. For the top area of the deck, I'm getting some shatterproof glass. I'm looking at all these different versions of glass we can use. The borders, we can crystallize them, customize them, edge them, laser them, everything. Yeah, they're going to be extremely if you have kids, I suggest not getting one of these things, but unless you got it in a place where they can't jack it up, because you know they can jack things up. But other than that, yeah, this is going to be a gorgeous screen. And man, I cannot wait to get mine. But the one that's going to be the shatterproof glass, I'm going to make that front and rear, because I need my projector to come out from the side of the house to hit the projector, so I can sit there on the deck and I can actually look through my screen and see the scenery, but also too, when I turn the projector on, boom, the image comes up. So they're just talking about what they can do with this stuff. We're in marketplace right now. We should be. So let me see. Now, sooner or later, when we reach a sit down and we start talking about how they're going to market the product, once we reach that plateau where basically they have it in full swing, this will all disappear. The marketplace will no longer be here anymore. You'd have to go to their website and order. Keep in mind, they're already setting up a clientele of customers and businesses and companies that are going to be linked to the business. Because again, when you're an investor, you have to make that money. You have to make that money. There's no point in basically signing a contract with somebody and you're not going to make anything out of it, and they're not going to make anything. It doesn't work that way. So because they're heavy connection, because they have a lot of people, they're very well known, this is going to make it very easy, and the product literally sells itself. When we installed this screen and we did this huge fish display through the window, it drew a lot of attention. I'm watching them. This is what they're looking at and smiling about. We installed a small screen inside. The contractors were coming in and staring at the screen, put a smile on their face. They already know from the door. And then again, from a family member who has a 180-inch on a $200 projector sitting up in his setup, that also put a smile on their face. They came in there, he said, I thought that screen was costing somewhere between like $4,000 and $5,000 what he had in there. You gonna tell me that's all he paid for that screen? That's why. Wait till you see that technology we have behind us, that aquarium paint, that's going in there. We're actually putting a 150-inch screen aquarium, which is going to be all virtual. Oh, it's going to be insane. Absolutely insane. And then we got the ceiling we're going to be blasting in there. We're going to blast the center in a complete alternate universe. Like we do in here, it's going to be over there. When people come, they're just going to stare at that thing. So this is why that's when the change comes in. Now, once the contract is officially signed and everything set up, then they're going to start marketing. I will get probably a bonus or something up front because I had to something sustain me because I won't be working this anymore and they'll be working it. And then we'll work out a percentage of how much I'll get and then how much they make and so forth from there. I've done this with contracts before. This one's much, much, much different than any other contract I'll ever work with because I'm usually when we do an install or someone buys their product to put in their establishment, that's the last we hear of them. They'll buy the product, they'll set it up, and that's it. That's the last we hear of them. These are people I got constant contact with. I'm family with family, so we're really close. We got close ties with them. And then on top of that, I'm watching a business being constructed, being built. I saw the electrician come in and install the wiring. I had no idea. I know wiring goes into a building, but gee whiz Louise, I had no idea it was that much, but it was a lot. No communication barriers everywhere. I got a chance to look at the blueprints, and everywhere I needed an outlet for a projector was already installed in. Before I walked out the door, they already installed them in. No headaches, no arguing, no back and forth, none of that. It was done. That was it. So now I gotta wait for them to come in. When they run all the wiring through this whole entire place, they're gonna run Bluetooth speakers. I can't tell you half the stuff they're doing in there. It's crazy. Once all that's done, then the next thing is to bring in the people who do the drywall. Because you can't drywall and then electrically tear all that stuff up anyway. You already know how it goes. They drywall all that up and then they bring the decorators in and painters in and all that stuff. Get the guys coming in for the floors. It's a process. So when all that's finished and done, then we come in. Then we start setting up. Because we're what you call the final touches. Final touches are going to have people do the decorating, furniture, the curtains and all that stuff, stage performance, speakers and stuff. On top of that, they want to give me a job on working on basically all the electronics in there, stuff that has to, that's what I usually do in my field anyway. They're going to have me monitor all that stuff. I don't know about that yet. Because developing technology, I'm going to have my own personal space, not in my home, but my own personal space that I can go in and have like 60 projectors. I can have a room where I can design it's all windows for ambient light projection testing. I can have I want a section in there where basically I can change temperature at will. This would be really, really nice on testing screens for outside because I can freeze it in an area or I can heat it up in an area, which would be really nice for testing products. That's the stuff I literally need for testing. I need about at least 20 or 30 different versions of Pico projectors, ultra short throw projectors, long throw projectors, venue projectors. I need a few knockoff machines, the higher up versions and the lower versions, so that's good for testing. All kinds of stuff. That's why I tell people at the end of the day that when you're you don't test. I can't give you that. But when you do test, you can't use like 1 or 2 or 3 projectors. You literally have to have a bunch of projectors to do it. Because each projector does not react the same way on a screen. So if you're typecasting a projector over and over again, you're going to have issues. Which reminds me, it's time for me to swap out the projector in the next room. Usually I swap my projectors out when I get tired of them. If I'm doing them over and over again, my hand's got to go. The projector I got in the back is 720p, so it's been 720p for the longest time. But for the demonstration we got to do right now, it has to be 720p because I need 720p on our screen and I need 1080p on the white screen to show that give the white screen the advantage point. We give our screen the advantage point, it doesn't look right. But I got to do that for today. But anyway, yeah. So that's what's going to be going on. So I'm thinking that, okay, these guys don't do the YouTube thing. They don't. That's why you will not see, they don't do the YouTube thing. They're more like commercials. They're more like radio time, billboards. They're more like that, showrooms. That's what they're into. They don't use YouTube at all, period. They consider, and I'm sorry to say this and no disrespect, but in their terms of how they advertise and market and do business, because one guy has a degree in marketing. So for them, YouTube is it's okay. But for the clientele of people that they're doing business with, this involves commercial time, it involves radio time, it involves billboards, it involves that kind of stuff today. So that's the level where this technology is going to be on. Let me go on here. So the marketplace has to go. And the reason why the marketplace has to go, because it's going to be something called a conflict of pricing. If we have it down here at $657 for a gallon of this technology, and they're selling it for $2,000, there's going to be a problem here because someone's going to come in and see the website and it's going to undersell them, and that site has to go. This has to go. So they're going to build their own website. What's going to happen to this page is going to become an information page. That's it. So I'm not going to be responsible for sales. YouTube videos, not likely, probably not, no. Pretty much, I'm just going to be research, development, and manufacturing. That's what I'll be doing, which I wanted to do from day one. Not from day one, but if I got a point where I got a really good contract, yeah, that's what would work. Now, let me clear this up because again, it's a shame I'm not talking about that. We're not talking about that anymore. We're done. What we had showed yesterday, we're done. Monday morning, I'm taking care of that. That's the end of it. I got to get back to work. I got things to do. I don't have time for that nonsense. We just show you exactly, making it clear at the end of the day that we know you now. So we know you, and now they will know you now, so they can understand. We're talking about as in a term of proper authorities that need to now handle this situation that we've been dealing with for some time. Anyway, so as I said before, this stuff has to be removed so we can get ready. They're going to set up a new website. They're going to put in an information page and all that. Usually, the place where I was working at, it was volunteer. We weren't getting paid there. I was not getting paid a dime there. I was getting volunteer work. I made you state that many times. Can't fire a person from volunteering. We donated our time there. Now, we left the building, and because Jamie, and we had the emails, all the stuff was forwarded over to us. It'll be forwarded over to the attorney. We got somebody going through the emails. They're tracing them. Jamie being jealous and upset and angry. And we think Danny had a part in that too. So they're also too checking him. Oh, by the way, we found Danny's whereabouts. Yeah, but we know where you're at. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But anyway, went in and harassed this woman. Sent her some pretty bad stuff, so some pretty nasty things to what they were going to do to her if they didn't remove us off the premises. That's what he did. This is why we're coming after Jamie at full force. We're digging up everything on him, everything. And the LLC that he just popped up was a gold mine. We have access to everybody now, and I mean everybody. But we don't want everybody. We just want him only. We couldn't care about the rest. We just want him. And that's why we're coming after him hard, because of what he did. This is a place that they have for, even though we had a conflict of communications in this place, because it was really hard to get things done because everybody was doing, it was so much going on that you really couldn't get what we need to get done. Probably would have taken me something that would have probably taken me to the African American Museum in the back, and some of the other things should have only taken me about 3 days to do. I built rooms where I designed and built entire environments faster than that. It was the communication barrier. It was horrible. An argument with the electrician, argument with the IT guy. No, not so. More like a debate with the IT guy, because again, he was pretty cool, but the electrician was something else. So we had arguments with him, and all I needed was 8 outlets for the back and for Wi-Fi to pick up, and I could have finished it already. But there was just such confusion all the time. So it got to the point that while I'm in here, might as well volunteer some of my time. I see the kids running back and forth, and sometimes they have nothing to do. So I put in a movie screen for the kids, and it gave me a chance to show off our technology in a different environment. We're gonna blast the glass over there and get the glass and all that done, because that particular area is highly under development. I'm still going to be working with some of those other developments in that area on putting our glass technology. I'm sorry, I won't be doing that. That's not my job anymore. They'll be taking care of that because they know the area's under. It's better if we have them going to do it because they're more professional. But anyway, So he went in and harassed this woman and threatened this woman's life. He carried on. And then gave them, I guess he gave them an ultimatum or whatever. And if they don't let us go, then things will happen to them. That's literally what he did. Buddy, I could have made this personal the minute I walked out of that building. I know where you live at. I could have got on my phone and made one phone call. I got friends in California. A lot of friends in California. I could have literally, if I was anybody else, would have got on the phone and made a phone call. I could have got you jacked up pretty bad. But I didn't take it down that road. I got all the information I needed. I was not able to contact her because she was scared to death because what he did to her. You threaten a woman and you threaten a place that basically takes care of the homeless and small kids. That's what you do? You're an extremely dirty individual. Extremely. When you go to jail, I hope things happen to you because you deserve everything. How do you threaten a place for people that are like a shelter for it helps people at the end of the day? How do you do that? And he threatened this woman. He said some nasty stuff about her and her family. This is what happened on Instagram when he lost his temper over there and he started ranting and carrying on to some people that were connected and they wanted to know his whereabouts. They probably do now. You don't act like that's not a businessman at the end of the day. That's not how you treat people. So now, when I tell you have my undivided attention, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. For the way you treated those people over there, for the things you said to that woman over there, the way you did what you did to her, I'm going to come get you. So you know that. So when the next person comes to your door, we'll have access to your building because we will go through your landlord to do it. From what we've seen in the emails, these are going to be serious criminal charges. He has problems. He has some very deep problems. It's a shame. What the heck is this? We got something new on here. What is this? I never saw that in the icon. Oh, we got to get a test page and play with that. I don't even know what the freak that is. What, plugins? Gee whiz. But anyway, I got to get back to this. But yeah, that's what he did. And the woman was scared. She was terrified. So she asked me politely if I would go, and I said yes. Because I know what Jamie did. You threatened a woman's life. You threatened her family. You threaten a building that basically takes care of people who need food. When they get up in the morning, they don't have food, so they go in there to get their food. They bring their kids with them. A center that takes care of kids, that teach them about sign language and gets older kids jobs and stuff like that. That's what you threaten at the end of the day. I know you do some dirty stuff, man, but that's really dirty. So now I'm not going to make it personal. If I made it personal, Jamie, you wouldn't be here right now. I'm very well connected myself. But if I was going to make this personal, you wouldn't be on YouTube anymore. You would definitely have to move from that property. But I'm going to take this to court, and I'm going to drag you in court, and you can't hide behind your wife. Because I'm going to make sure that next time they come to your door, they will have access, a warrant to walk into your property and get you for what you just did. But that's why I didn't say anything about it. Kind of kept it quiet, didn't say much about it, because I was trying to figure out how we're going to handle that situation. Because my first intentions when I walked out of that building and I saw this emails, what you sent to her, and this is a sweet, sweet woman. What you said to her was to go basically make a phone call and have a couple of brothers come down to your front door and beat the living crap out of you. That was my first intention. But as I walked home, I got a chance to think and pray on it and how we need to handle this situation. You want to go around threatening that woman at the end of the day like that. Horrible. You're a horrible human being. But you're going to pay for it. You're definitely going to pay for it. But make sure that. Unbelievable. He also tried it with the fellow called Rick, the other guy at the Smoke Lounge. He sent an email over there. We know about that too. He also sent an email over to the place I'm living at right here, trying to disrupt my way of living over here too also. We got all those emails, everything, everyone that was sent, and we made sure that your information was sent to every place that you contacted. The information we got a couple of days ago in the LLC, all that will go out Monday morning. It's something wrong with them. There's really something wrong with him. He's been doing it for quite some time. And like I said, I remember back when we had a guy come over from New Jersey, and he basically came through the house, saw the screens and everything, was very happy with what he saw. Biggest mistake I made was flashing a contract. That's the biggest mistake I made. I didn't think he would do something like that. I try to give you the benefit of the doubt, but I didn't think he would do that something like that to begin with. But he did. He contacted this guy. I was in Lowe's looking at patio furniture. I'll never forget the guy who contacted me and said, "Hey, do you know a guy by the name of Crow?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And he says, he sent me this email telling me not to do business with you because just that's how we know it was him. Yep, we know that, Jamie. We know this. We got that already on file to show that you contacted someone, and we had that email forward. That's all on file to back up the stuff that you were doing for years. So you've been contacting. Anytime I moved into a house or something, or I had something set up, you've been contacting these people for years and doing this stuff. You've got problems. There's something wrong with you. Do you want me to reach out to your landlord? Do you see the condition of your apartment? Your apartment alone by itself is considered to be a serious safety hazard. It's packed beyond belief. And I'm not going to say much here, but for the individual that went to the front door, there's a bit of a scent coming out of your apartment. Because they can smell it. I have one cat, 930 square feet in here, and yeah, no furniture, none of that stuff. My place is not even crowded, nothing in the corners, nothing at all. And when my cat goes to the litter box, I can smell him in here. And I got freaking, what do you call, that tidy cat for 3 cats, because I figure if we get it for 3 cats, and he's just one, it should kill the smelling faster. But here's one cat. You got 2 cats and a dog. I couldn't imagine the scent in that place. They smelled something when they came to that door. So already it's a hazard. You got you're running a 3D printing machine in there, and again, there's a lot of chemicals that go into that. The place is not designed for that kind of stuff. I could easily contact your landlord because we know exactly who he is. We know the building. We got all the information. We have all that now. And I can go contact them on Monday and send all that information over to them. Also show that a process server was at your front door, because you basically, keep in mind, that can get you in a lot of trouble. You know that, right? We send that information to your landlord, tell him that you're going to court because you basically committed a crime inside of his building. I can get you removed. Did you know that? You know, they do background checks on people when you move into a place because they don't want criminals in there. And we could send that information over to your landlord and say, look, your buddy, we had to have a process server come to your apartment to get a hold of him because he violated a copyright. Do you know I can get you evicted that fast, that quick? See, Jamie, this is where you don't understand when people are trying to help you out and give you mercy. Even through all the dirt that you do, you don't understand that there are people out there trying to give you mercy. I could have sent that a long time ago. I can get you evicted if I want to. But I choose not to because you have kids in that house, or adults, or whoever's living in there, don't deserve to go through that nonsense because you're a freaking idiot. That's all I would have to do. Send that document. They're in California. They could send it themselves right over to your landlord and say, hey, look, we had to go to your house. We need to get access to that property when we need to because you got somebody in that building that has been violating a government copyright. He's going to remove you. Because you committed felonies, you're not felonies, you committed a crime on his property. And that's an automatic eviction. Did you know that? Read your whatchamacallit. It's like me selling drugs out of here. I can't do that. It's me selling guns out of here. I can't do that. To the fact that we have proof they were at the house, at your apartment, proof that they served it at that door, at that residency, and they're coming back again and again and again, yeah, they're going to get rid of you. I guarantee I'll let you go. I don't care how cool you are with your landlord. They're going to let you go. Because they don't need officers, FBI agents. They don't need all that stuff coming through the apartment complex and people seeing that mess at the end of the day. They don't need to see that. So here's the deal. I'm going to go to work, get what I got to get done. You sit there and you rat. You're already gone to court. That's already done. But the post office, all that's coming up because FBI will be coming to your door for that. He has 2 post office fraud claims against him now. You contact anybody else that you want to basically harass and threaten at the end of the day, and I will send documents to your landlord and I'll get you evicted. We have enough here to do it. Showing that in your apartment, you violated a copyright through a company. I have an LLC too also, I'm a company. And you violated a copyright. And we had to have a process server come to that establishment to serve you for court. And there'll be more to follow, including FBI, for post office fraud. I don't think he wants his building tied with that. All right, then, I hope you had that understanding. Now I got things to do. Let's see, we're going to be removing this. And yeah, take that out. We don't. Well, can't we just block it here? Yeah, we can block it there. There we go. People want to say, oh, you're bad, you're sad. There's so much stuff, man, I could have done, man. It's not even funny. Like, literally, seriously, so much stuff I could have done. I let it slide at the end of the day because I'm thinking about other people's families at the end of the day. He's a jerk. If he was by himself, man, I'd been got rid of him. He's a jerk. But you got a family at the end of the day. They shouldn't have to go through the nonsense. Every day they get up, they don't understand how much of an idiot they're living with. They really don't. This man ain't gonna mess around and destroy his family. Is what he's gonna do. He's gonna destroy his family. You're going to contact my landlord and say that I'm doing all these dirty things at the end of the day. Man, I contact your landlord and send that freaking process server document over there, copyright infringement documents over there. You'll be out of there, not copyright infringement, for the whatchamacallit, because we're going to be getting our confirmations back for the investigation for post office fraud. You'll be out of that building in no time at all. I'll put that on hold. Contact one more person, see what happens. Let me see. Do we need? Okay, this is going because this is going to be part of something. This is what? What is this right here? This is thinking about it in a way that might do you a favor getting you evicted because people know where you're at. So I think I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave you there. You need to stay there until we can get everything done. And I'm pretty sure I got contacted by a few other people who basically want to take you to court for some stuff. They're happy that you popped up. I'm not the only person taking this out of court. We've done some stuff. I'm not the only one. Let me see. Where is this is gonna go? Yeah, this is definitely because we got something coming up big for that, and they want to make sure this is locked in. So that's gonna go too also. This is the black mist. It's definitely leaving. And what is this one right here? Oh, this is for the gallon version of it. So these are going to be most likely upgraded and converted into screens. That's what we're going to do with them. And they're going to market them as a physical screen. We need a physical screen. Usually when you're dealing with businesses, some businesses won't let you paint on their walls or stuff like that. So they want a physical screen. And then we have to bring in the screen, assemble it, put it together, paint it. If you already have a screen that's physically done, we can just go in and set up and be finished with it. That's it. And that's what we want. We want a physical screen. Something they can buy, we can ship there, bring the installers in, installers will set the screen up, and then be done. Or we're going to have professional installers. It's a cooler one. All right, let me see. And I'm going to remove the Valva. The reason why I'm moving the Valva paint, I'm going to get rid of that. And the reason why, and I want to keep this a final decision, we're not bringing it back, is because if I walk on they go on your establishment, it's going to be in our policy that we're not going to install screens. If you have a Valva, we're not going to do the install. We can't do it. Your projector's not compatible. I'm gonna stand by that. Because then if it's not this, it'll be some other new projector popping up, something weird. And what that's not compatible, what we have here, then we're gonna turn, no, it's gonna turn into a bit of a headache. I don't feel like going through it. So we're gonna remove that permanently. Let me see. I'm gonna take it completely off the showroom. And I'm gonna take it out, because we want that out permanently. Oh, I forgot. I got to take the black on black demonstrations. We need to put them in every shop part now. Let me see. This is the last time I got my black on black versus black demonstrations. Let's see. I love this little search thing. I finally figured out what this thing was. You know, again, I should have known already, but I don't pay that much attention to YouTube. Why is my printer all the way over here? Gee whiz. Alright, let me see. Right, sorry, we got cords and stuff on the floor over here. There we go, much better. I'll bring this up right here. I'm curious to see how much stuff we got in here we've done. Let's see, if I want to put in, man, this is so much. I got over 9,000 videos. Actually, I'm over 8,000, way over 8,000. If I wanted to put in outside projection screens, outside projector screens. Gee whiz, this is awesome. This shows that you guys don't test. These are all outside demonstrations dating all the way. Oh my goodness, that's way back. This is where I got my first copyright at, right here. Gee whiz. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Crazy. This is all. That shouldn't be outside. It's inside. That's I did a demonstration where I actually went outside. Oh, that's when I did in front of the house with the 120-inch right there. 120-inch inflatable screen. That is from a customer. We did way back. Oh, sorry, we're not. You can't even see it. That's from a customer I did on the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. That's our product right there for that. Oh, this is good because I can put some of these in the grid. We got we got videos that are missing for the grid. The grid doesn't have everything in here. We got the I did an inflatable mattress and turned it into an inflatable screen. It's a lot of time, people, a lot of work. All right, I want to go with, ooh, I wonder, let me see, I have to dig up in this archives. Let's see, what was I looking for when I came to begin with? Oh, black versus black. These are a test. When we make sure products are not matching any form of house paint, they have to go through something called a black versus black test. Gray screens have to go through a test called gray versus gray. So that way, you don't end up buying a paint that literally will match our house paint. This is why we do these tests. Because not only does this come up, this comes up when we do, when we're on site. This will literally come up on site. It'll come up anywhere. You know, I always had that one person say, well, I can do the same thing with black paint. I can do the same thing with black fabric. You always bump into that person. So you have to have enough tests to back that theory up. Because if not, again, you're going to end up with what happened to these other fellows. This is what's going to happen. And those people who avoid and don't want to do the test, well, that gives a person the decision what they need to make. It finalizes it for them. If I'm sitting there talking to somebody and saying, hey, look, you need to do a test for me. What's the difference in your product and this gray paint I got here in my basement? Can you buy this and do this? And they ignore you, then you go, oh, I made my decision. It's going to go with my basement paint. This is how many black versus black we have. It's a lot of tests. Look at the projectors. You gotta have, that's not even half of the projectors we had when we were actually doing testing. We had lots, stacks of them. You have to have these projectors on hand. fabric. Literally had someone come in, we know who, we're not going to mention the name again, come in and say that you could do the same thing with our product with fabric. How? I hate to call people slow, but how slow are you? We had that since 12s, because around in the 12s is when we're giving away a free blackout cloth, and it was black. So we had to do a demonstration. We did a demonstration which shows the difference between the fabric and the product, because people will get the fabric and think the fabric would do all the work and we just send back the product. We had to do the demonstration to back that up. So that had to be done. You guys go in, come up with these Mickey Mouse Roadrunner ideas and go, oh, we got a good one today. We'll use this one right here, and we'll say that he hasn't done this, and I've done these. I got over 9,000 video demonstrations on YouTube. I date way back to 2008. I've done all these tests, and if people watch me on camera, I'm the kind of person that will push the limits of my product on a live stream. Let's check this out. Let's do this. Let's do that. Unrehearsed, just to see what happens, win or lose. So if you knew I had that kind of mentality, wouldn't you think I would have done these tests? I went to 4 different paint stores and bought 4 of their blackest paints and put it against my product. I've made products live on YouTube and done tests. I've knocked out certified screens. Come on, I've done this stuff already. You 3 stooges get together, connect your heads together, get one final thought and think, we're going to try this. The black vinyl back of a screen, are you kidding me? How many times I've done that one already? We do that because, again, I try to think in the mind of the customer. If I'm a customer at the end of the day, I'm looking at that black screen. Every time I take that screen off the wall and I turn it, people are going to see the black vinyl behind the back of the screen. Now, I myself, knowing the kind of person I am, I'm very thorough about stuff. I would be thinking that, I wonder if that black part would do the same thing as his screen would do. I think like my customers. I think like the trolls. So that way, these are why we do these vigorous tests, so that way I cover everything. We've done black vinyl already, dozens of times. I had dozens of fixed frame screens in there that I don't use anymore. I cut up, I use the back of them, we put them against our screens. So that way we can basically nip that in the butt. You guys don't do these tests. One of the tests that you would have to go through, and it's a brutal test, is you have to make sure your product can't match a house paint. It can't be a hiccup. It can't be the difference between night and day. They just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't. And there's no point in explaining it. I would sit there laying in my bed like there is no point in explaining this mess because they just don't understand. If you haven't figured this out when you first started and you've got about 5 years into this, you just haven't got it. You haven't figured it out. This is another thing I showed you. That this is Danny's screen right here that he painted. It's blotchy. It is light on one side, heavy on another side, light on the other side, blotchy. Which means whatever was sprayed onto this screen didn't take well. Came out extremely bad. Because you can see where it's a front and rear mesh. You can see that, and it's white. But you can actually see where you can see the light pushing through. If you have a black screen, light's not going to push through. One of the things you learn, I'll show you if I can find it. I should be able to find the demonstration. One of the tests we did, when we did front and rear on the screen, that if light is passing through it, the screen is going to fade 10 times faster. But if you have something behind it, like we had a post office box on one side and the other side didn't, it showed up crystal clear. Because it was hitting from front, it showed up crystal clear. It was hitting from back, it was showing up. You couldn't see it at all because the box was here. But it blocks the light from it. Just things that, again, doing all this research, you figure out all different ways on how products work in the light, how they work in environments, how they work on different projectors. There's information. They have cheated themselves. By not doing tests, they have cheated themselves. They could have figured out all kinds of interesting things just by tests. Because they want a screen to come up on camera, they want it to be perfect and have no flaws. The problem is it's full of flaws because there's no testing. So you don't know what's going to happen. See, that's fabric. Did we have this one here? Oh, wait a minute. This is a Now, really quick, just want to just top it real fast. Does it bother me that I was removed from the area, that I had to leave? No, it doesn't bother me. Am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised because I know this individual does dirty stuff like this. I felt more upset with what she was going through. She's maintaining that building. It's a lot of stress she's going through. And it's a lot of hard work. I watched them, the food banks, and people donating, everything that goes through that building, just everything just to keep that business going. It's a lot of work. And then you're going through a lot of stress when you come home. You just want to unwind. And then you're being being hit with all these emails of a person threatening you and your family. You're not a man. You're a coward, my friend. And like I said, when I walked out of that building, I wasn't upset with them because it's not their fault at all, period. At all. She's just reacting and she's scared. And I can understand that. But me being a man at the end of the day and what you did, man, I'm telling you something. You're lucky I don't live across the street from you. I'd be in jail. I really would. I'd hop over you. I'd kick your door and drag you out and beat you like a dog. You're not a man at the end of the day. You threaten a woman and some kids? You're not a man. That's why what you did over there on Instagram, you threaten those people's families at the end of the day like that. You're not a man. Yeah, I beat you like a dog. But you're lucky at the end of the day that I try to do things God's way. This is 20 years ago. This conversation would have never even happened. We would have never been on YouTube. None of this would have happened at all. I don't think it was YouTube around then. I'm not sure. But anyway, none of this would have happened. First email would have popped up. We got to go. We're going to California right now. We got to take care of some business. Wouldn't have caught you in front of your door. I'd have sat there and waited in the car for you to leave your apartment. I'd have followed you. I'd have beat the crap out of you. Let you know who I am. I'm going to beat the daylights out of you. That's not a man at the end of the day. That's a coward. And you proved that from the door because you talked all that trash on camera about the CCB and this, that, and the other. And when they came to your front door, who came to the door to answer for that? Your wife did. It's actually posted that your wife came to the door. You didn't. You hid in the back. That's a testament. I need to put that up there real quick. He's a coward. I'm still going to donate. Even though they let me go, I'm still going to donate. I'm still going to pump money to that place. It's a shame that how you treat that. Man, what is wrong with you? Really? You know she's connected? She's got some real heavy, serious ties. But she's a sweetheart. She is. She's got some real heavy ties. You know, when you have a youth center, you have all kinds of people who go to that youth center. Some people, when they get up in the morning, they don't have breakfast in the morning. Some people don't even have that in the morning. They don't even have food on their table when they get up. Hey, starving kids don't have food. And that's what you threaten at the end of the day? Man, I'm trying to keep myself calm right now. I'm really trying to keep myself calm on this, on what you just did. You're really trying to keep myself calm on this. I gotta pray sometimes on this, man. Boy, I tell you. It's gonna take, when I see you in court, it's gonna take everything I have to keep me from going over there and knocking your teeth out. You're a disrespectful piece of slime at the end of the day. You are a slime at the end of the day. Hide behind the camera. Afraid to come to the door. When they come to your front door, you're afraid to come to the door. We come there, what you do? You gonna hide behind your wife too? You're a coward. I can't stand people like that. Act all big and bad and all that other nonsense. Yeah, how big and bad you were. You didn't go up and talk to that beta funny. Another beta, the process server, you didn't come to that door. Sat there and hid behind your wife, little coward. And they're gonna threaten these people out. The other people, they can handle themselves. The other fellow you contacted, he's connected. You can get yourself hurt. But they're businessmen at the end of the day. They look at it and go, you know what? This guy's petty. That's it. That's how they see you as a petty person. That's it. That's it. But you threaten a youth center? Good. There's something wrong with you. Let me get this real quick. Taco, the conductor, has been behind here, tearing out wires again. I'm gonna grab this. I don't think I have this. Wait. This is what? This is the Black Series Cinemax. We need this one right here. This is a perfect demonstration right here. I'm taking this one. I'm putting this on my shopping carts. Where's my shopping cart? So it works right here. Sorry people if I lose my temper on this and I get upset over this, but it's disgusting. For what I've seen, what they do in that place to help people out, and I've watched family members and kids with women and men out there with their baskets getting food for their families. This is a good place at the end of the day. She's a very sweet woman. And for this fellow to go in and send her threats like that is sickening. And then brag about it. Oh, you lost. Nobody, we didn't lose anything. We were doing volunteer there. I showed you my tag. I'm doing volunteer. I sat there and said at the end of the day, and I warned you that if you contact these people and you do anything over there, I'm going to come get you. And that's why we're putting pressure on you now even more. And you've made the LLC. Thank you so much for that. Because I definitely, yeah, that's perfect. We need, let me see, I'm gonna put this, let me see, black. Okay, these are out. These are all out. Okay, these are done. Make sure we get these on first. These are out first. Let me go on and remove this right here. Yeah, okay. We'll save this. We'll still be doing videos over there, just not gonna be available. And we'll get this right here. So that's the problem. People like that don't see the people who need help. Their hatred is so deep that they're only concerned about trying to destroy the other person, regardless who's in the way. That's like someone doing a drive-by. When somebody, their key target is sitting at a school and they don't care about the kids in the schoolyard, or mothers or fathers picking up their kids, all they care about is that one main target. So they're willing to sacrifice whatever they got to sacrifice just to take out that one target. That's what kind of person he is. All right, let's see. But I told you and I warned you. I gave you warnings before. If you contact these people and you threaten these people, you say anything next to them, you're going to pay for it. And man, that could have been the best blessing in the world to see that LLC pop up. Not only do I have information to that, I have information to everybody. Literally everybody. We went through it last night. We have access to everybody. But I'm not interested in everybody. I'm only interested in you because you're the person we're prosecuting. That's pretty much it. I couldn't care about the rest of them. It's none of their business because they have nothing to do with it. It's going to be their business because they're going to have to go through that ordeal. Shame, but true. Let me see. I need this one also too. So I just want the Black Series up there. That's it. And the rest of them will be removed because they're going to be set up for something. When I get back over there, I'm going over to that fish tank store and show them that glass. As a matter of fact, I'm bringing them over. He said, if I want, I can bring them over to the window, set it up, and have him look at it. He's going to be freaked out, like, what the frick? So we're going to be definitely doing a job over there. Let me see. And for those of you Christians out there, I do apologize for losing my temper and knocking his teeth out. But you know, you work in a place like that and you see all the good that they do for other people at the end of the day, and you got a dirt slime ball like that, threatening a poor woman like that, yeah, you want to go over and knock his teeth out. I don't care how big you are at the end of the day, you're slow. I can sidestep you all day long. Don't even have to physically touch you. Just watch you wear yourself out and swinging your arms around. Hey, Taco. Wow. Okay, let's find where it's at. Over here. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum. All right, on this side. Remember getting this browser. Let's see. This one right here. Well, that was moved. That's on there. Now, like I said, the mist, we're going to turn that into for glass screens. I can't even look at my wall the same way anymore. I can't. I'm sitting up today to play a little bit on it. Glass is gorgeous. It's not the first time I've had a customer ask me about painting glass. The only problem is when you paint glass, light has to transfer through it. It has to. It doesn't work well if it doesn't. Alright, let me see. That's that. We got one in here. It's supposed to be going. Alright, let me see. Okay. Okay. There. Okay. Restore that. Thank you. My biggest, well, I'm used to doing about 4 to 5 orders a day. That's it. When they basically start the order process and hyping this product up and getting it out there, when they start doing that, we're talking about at least about maybe 4,000 or 5,000 orders a day. This is why I had to. I'm going to need machinery. I'm going to need a warehouse, an industrial warehouse, something involving with chemicals. I'm going to need that because there's no way in the world I'm doing it by hand. And even if I hire a crew, it's virtually impossible. I need a machine to do it. That's what I'm going to need. They're going to use their business as the main operation of people coming and seeing the technology in a real workplace. So this is going to be set up in a luxury smokehouse, and it's beautiful. It's going to be cool. I can't wait to shoot it inside. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous in there. I've seen some of the blueprints and stuff they're putting in. It's going to be beautiful. So my product's going to be in this beautiful environment, and with all these high rollers in there looking at this technology, and they're going to be advertising for investments for the technology. That's how big and insane the contract is. But I'm still going to have a price point for my customers that I'm still attached to at the end of the day, where I want to make it affordable, because I made that very strongly. It has to be affordable. I do want stuff. I'm going to have a high-end list for some more advanced stuff that we're going to design, but we're going to have some other stuff we're going to have too for the customers. It's not going to be like what they do with the projection screen industry. They give you a crappy white screen or some gray screen, and everybody else gets high-tech gunmetal. And you have to deal with this because you can't afford that. It's not going to be like that. Even our stuff that we have that we consider our bottom dollars are still more advanced and certified. 2.0, if you watch the demonstrations on that, a 2.0 could take out about 6 certified screens by itself. And that was a paint that we sold at one point for like $90. So we have the ability to, even if it's a bottom dollar screen, we can make it advanced enough to take out a couple of certifieds in the process and still be used in a fully lit environment on a projector that would cost you next to nothing. Let me see. All right. I think we should do, I might do mine shatterproof glass. I'm looking into that, researching shatterproof glass, because that would be a good idea. Oh man, I couldn't imagine a 150-inch sheet of glass. I'm not talking about 150 sheet of glass. I'm not talking about it by itself. I'm not building a case around it and having it set up and all that stuff. That's what I want to do with it. So, oh, that'd be hot too. That'd really be hot. This is the reason why when you do rear projection, you have to make sure it's not going to be way out in your living room. So I could do with one screen, I'll probably do it at 120 inches, but not 150 inch. I'm going to have an ultra short throw behind it and an ultra short throw in front of it. So that way I can switch up if I want to do rear or front projection. Just to show it off. Oh, that'd be hot in the showroom. That would definitely be hard to show. Can you imagine coming and watching the screen on 2 projectors? Showing has the ability to show rear and front in a fully lit environment while lights pushing through it. That would be sick. That definitely would be sick. This is what I'm talking about. The showroom, the ideas that I have for the showroom are going to be like no other. But I want people to walk into this environment and not feel that, oh, this is going to be crazy sticker shock. I can't afford any of this. No, you can afford it. That's the whole purpose. Let me see. Where is it? I can't find it. It's supposed to be. Okay, let's just look for all the ones that are open. It's the easiest way for me to find it. Alright, what's this right here? You are not supposed to be activated. Yeah, you're not supposed to be activated. That's a slate. I don't like those anymore. That's a test card. You have to make those test cards. Test cards are fantastic if you're trying to figure out what's going on your page. Maybe your shopping carts are not acting right. And from time to time, we get them. I can't express the trolls that we get from time to time. It's just weird. But we get trolls that'll come and say, "Hey, I was trying to make an order, and they'll post this right on your YouTube channel or someplace where a lot of people are watching your stuff. I was trying to get into your website, and for some reason your marketplace doesn't seem to be working." That's the kind of dumb stuff and petty stuff they do at the end of the day. Petty stuff. And I said, you know, shopping cart's working perfectly fine. We had orders a day. Everything's working fine. But I just block them from there because we know what they are. Or to send you emails or saying that, hey, we're a company and we're interested in blah, blah this and blah, blah that. We block you. Today we got 112 emails from you know who. We blocked it. We don't read any of that stuff. So for you trolls out here, if you're in the channel right now, let me explain something to you. We don't read all that email. Why in the world would I sit there and read 109 emails? It's too much. I wouldn't even read that to begin with. Just to hear you go blah, 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 blah. No, I'm just going to click, and that's it. You spent all that time, all that effort, all that energy to send that to me to go click, and then move on. That's it. Sorry about that, laughing with that. Something popped up in my head to kind of compare to what they just did. It's like somebody sitting there training for years and years and years and years and years. They go through all this training and all this physical talk, all this training. Oh my goodness, I forgot. That was actually a movie that happened like that. Apollo, when he was fighting the Russian. That's what it reminds me of right there. He does all this training, but Apollo's a good guy and the Russian was a bad guy. We all know that. It's not Russian people are bad, but you know what I'm talking about anyway. But anyway, we just put it in that scenario that all that freaking training, all that bragging, to walk into a ring with that monster and that guy just, boop, that's it. With these guys, it would just be hit one time. I think when I saw that, he realized that he messed up when he wanted to go hit his gloves and his gloves didn't even move. He was like, oh, shoot. That's when he realized he messed up. But the Russian was basically being juiced and, you know, he was being juiced up. That was a good one. I still haven't seen the Rocky with Mr. T. I haven't seen that. I don't know why I keep putting it off. I think I'm going to watch that today because I really keep putting that off. All right, let me see. So basically, like I said, when we left the place, right, God works everything out. Because instead of me taking a lift home, I walked home instead. Because I needed to think about how I'm going to react to this situation. Am I going to make a phone call and contact some people that I know over in California and send them to this man's front door to beat the snot out of him? Or I'm going to go home, sit down, meditate, and pray about this and put this in God's hands and ask him to tell me what to do on this. So as I'm sitting home and I'm praying on this and the anger is finally leaving me. Because Jamie, I'm telling you, I'm not a joke at the end of the day, man. I let a lot of things slide for you. I do. It's not because nobody fears you. It's because someone's trying to show you some mercy, even when you're a jerk 24/7. Like I said, if I want to get you evicted right now, I'll send those documents right to your landlord. Show me, look, we had to have somebody come to your building to get somebody out of there to serve somebody for court, and we'll be back there again. And when I get done with that, I got post office fraud on this person. Also, too, I show them the documents. You have FBI coming to your building. Do you want that? You'll get an eviction notice easily. But I'm not doing that. That's not the kind of person I am, as I said. Because you got other people who live in that building, other people who basically live with you that don't deserve that, and they really don't. You're just a jerk. That's what it is. But when the minute I get home, and I'm talking to the Lord about this whole thing, and He says, don't worry about it. It's nothing to worry about at all. Period. Everything's going to be okay. You will always land on your feet. No sooner than I go into the kitchen, my phone rings. It's Rick. It's the guy that has the smoke lounge. Hey man, we need you to come down. Want to do a walkthrough, explain some things have changed. You're going to put screens here, here, and here. So we're going to see how you feel about this. And they come and pick me up. That's why I popped up on camera that day, showing off the black screen in the window, showing them some of the new stuff we were working on, stuff like that. So now when we got there, we showed them that technology, because the first one you had to activate the screen at 6. This one, you can activate the screen at any given time of the day. That's the stuff we're showing you in the window. So as we're showing him that, he fell in love with it. So now we're doing windows in there now. That's going to be the next order to get those in, get the ceiling in, get the giant fish tank put in, go in and put the tables downstairs. You want to put in a luxury dedicated movie theater and an arcade. See? Right there. So now, all the stuff that they gave me, like what they wanted, how they want it done, this, that, and the other, when I come home, I'm doing that work. I'm doing all that research. We did the research on the fish tank and mapping and all that stuff. I did for the floor projection. I sprayed the match for that, for the floor, for ultra short, that's for the arcade. I went in and what was we testing? Oh yeah, the glass technology, because they do want to put a glass screen in there. Actually, a glass screen, a little bit glass screen is gorgeous. I'm gonna put a glass screen in there. All that stuff that I was doing, I shoot up all those videos was being sent to them so they can see exactly the progress what I was working with. The 50 lumen projector on the table, all that stuff is sent to them, because that's the projects that I'm working on when I go over there. So I had to figure all that out when I got back. Like, okay, they want to do the ceiling is the most complicated part, because where is the projector going to be at? This isn't like your home. This is going to be a lot of people moving back and forth. So the projector can't be on the side of the wall, because then you're going to have to keystone, which I still have to do that test today too. But you have to keystone it somehow to fit the ceiling. Then you're going to have to need lens shift with that. But the projectors we can use are the NEC short throws. Short throws in venues are crazy expensive. They're hard to get and they're crazy expensive. I got one here, but they're expensive. In fact, I got one for a customer for like $550. I got a good deal on that too. But anyway, just different ways on how that has to be done. But then if we put it that way, and if you put it too close to the ceiling, you don't have the distance throw. You need a distance throw to get the wider screen. You can't do it ultra short though. It's virtually impossible to do with ultra short throw. The only way you can do an ultra short throw, unless you have an ultra short throw with a lens shift. Yeah, because the minute you stick it here against the wall, which will be right here, you're going to have to have a lens shift to put the image all the way back here. What's going to happen is it's going to hit the wall here at the bottom, and it's going to hit the wall at the top, just a little bit here and here. You have to be able to move the image all the way out into the center of the ceiling. So that's all the stuff I'm doing when I'm down there, just trying to figure all this out. The setup for the fish tank. They wanted a screen that goes up and down. They can move it up and down at will. So the best thing with that was a 150-inch Elite motorized projection screen. Now we had to figure out what kind of projector to use. Projector can't sit, because that room in there is a smoke room. So the projector can't sit 5 feet from the screen. We can't have that. And if we mount it, it can't be 5 feet. We need the projector to sit as close as possible. So one I like was an Optima GT 5500. I've used it before. They're going to get the 1080p model. That'll sit about 3 feet and 3 inches from the screen and produce at 150 inches. Even though the projector says it only does 100 inches, we've done it at much larger than that. So I know that projector, I've used it. This is the benefit of testing lots of projectors. So that'll be installed in there. Then we have the crown mold, because I want to make sure that this, it'll have this casing sticking out in its elegant environment. So we're going to crown mold the casing and put in a LED light to give it like a kind of a backlight, kind of white light, like it's in the fish tank. That's what I want to do for that right there. And the reason why I went with the Elite screen, because we choose a 150-inch screen and motorized. The problem is you can run into that, especially if it's an unnamed brand, that the bar sometimes at the bottom isn't heavy enough to give the screen enough weight. If you paint it, it can curl on the sides. Sometimes the material that they use for basically for the screen itself is very cheaply made. Elite makes a very thick paper, thick PVC for, and the bar is a very nice weight. I've had a couple of the motorized before, and they're actually quite nice. On top of that, you worry about the grinding noise. When you buy a lot of these cheap projectors, we bought a couple, motorized projection screens, they don't exactly cut off when they hit the casing, they keep going. So you get this unforgettable grinding noise. So yeah, there's a lot of things that, you have to make sure when you buy a motorized projection screen, you want to make sure you're getting a good screen and not something where it's ugh. Now, can you buy good generic? Yeah, I bought a couple of good generic screens that had the capability of doing everything I needed it to do. And if you feel that the PVC on the back of the screen is too thin, then what you do is you can put multi-coats. You can put 4 coats of primer on it. It will stiffen the surface, and you can apply the application. For those people who made false accusations about if you paint a motorized projection screen 2 times it would jam the motor, you don't know jack. Because I've done that multiple times. As a matter of fact, I designed a couple of customized motorized projection screens for myself. I designed the Pac-Man, I did a RetroPie, I did the Nuke, I did all of those. And they had custom paint jobs on them. They had layers of paint already on them when I started the job. And none of them jammed. You know how much layers of paint it takes to jam a projector? Almost close to about 40. Because I did it already. Because we had a screen that we're painting over every time we designed a new application. Paint over, and that's what it takes to jam it, around 40. For a fixed frame screen, it takes about 40 or 50 applications before you can crack a screen. Done that one too. So, no, they didn't know what they were talking about. It takes a while to do it. So you can put 4 applications on a cheap screen, give it a much more thicker, much more sturdier base for it to roll up and down. Unless you're gonna go tension. Tension is very expensive. There's a company that they had on, where did we get that screen from? I don't think we even got it from Amazon. I think we got it from somebody else. It was called D&H, I think it was. It was a all black 120-inch tension screen with a kind of a UV back glow remote control, and that thing was $650. I couldn't believe it. $650. I'll show you. I'll dig it up. But I couldn't believe it. Oh man, I couldn't believe it. I should have bought one for myself. I didn't. I bought them only for customers. I didn't buy one for I should have bought one for myself. You can't find them anymore. Maui? That's Taco. Maui. Let's see. I can't find this thing. Really, I literally can't find. I know it's here. It's not 24. It has to be 32. 32. That's in. I'm gonna go crazy trying to figure out where I put it at. It's not 2 gallons. It's not 1. So 1 gallon? It's not 1 gallon. It's 1 gallon. That can't be it. That can't be it. That definitely can't be it. All right, it's got to be in here somewhere. Did I do a refresh on the page? If I did a refresh on the page, wait. Here we go. Found you. I found you. There we go. There we go. Now we're completed. All right. So all these are going to be converted. The new stuff. This stuff is staying for right now. At the end of the year, this will be gone. Let's begin. Save. Now, for those of you who did place orders for these products, we have people who did place orders for these products, your order will be shipped out. So keep in mind, even though it's been removed, you will be shipped out. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's what we need right there. The rest of them are actually going to be upgraded. We're going to be adding a 77 element to them, and they'll be upgraded. So they'll have a whole new different look to them, a whole new different design. Because they want to get that. It's going to be a concentrated chemical designed for spraying physical screens. That's what we're converting it into. The window technology, because when you have to do your research, so I walk into these places, I sit down, have a little something to eat, look at their environment, see what they're working with in there. And majority of these people don't own these buildings. Majority of these buildings are rented out. So you can't actually blast a glass in a rented out building, unless you're talking to the physical owners themselves, which is a freaking headache to get a hold of. So if we make a surface that is 4x8, like we use the wallpaper screen, it's a very thin and visible surface, comes with invisible Velcro. We just coat this stuff. You can right to your window, hit it with your projector. You can advertise your business right through glass. When you're done, or maybe you're not renting there anymore, and you decide you want to pack up shop and leave, you can take your advertisement, roll it up, stick it into your little case, and take it with you. There you go. That's the kind of stuff we're working on. Now the glass projection screens, that's going to be something that's going to be it's going to be elegant. I got to find me a glass maker, but that's his job at the end of the day to figure out, well, I do research too on top of that. So yeah, I guess that'd be my section right there. So basically, I want to find somebody who does like customized glass work. So we can go there, we can get any kind of glass done, and they can do it for us. Because I want to get to a point where when we start blasting some of this glass, that you can basically customize your borders. You know, you can get glass with a laser, they can edge it any way you want. You know how sick that would be in your home to have a glass projection screen, a black, like OLED like glass screen with any kind of customized edging for the border. Oh, that'd be sick. And light can pass through it. Talk about elegance. That's what we're working on, stuff like that. But I definitely want to make sure this stuff is shatterproof. What's he doing there? Why is he always doing something destructive? Okay, that's my problem. That's it. You're doing your own thing. That's me bugging you. You're doing your own thing over there, fighting your little toy mouse. All right, let me see. Okay, so, this is done. We have, oh, no, I want to add this. I got to add this to the shopping carts now. All right, 3 shopping carts. Okay, here. So we have this and the back to the original gallons right here. All right, I'm still going to be testing this stuff. I'm still going to be testing on camera. So we posting videos on it. You just can't get access to it anymore. But like I said, I didn't spring it on anybody. I've been telling people about this. This is going to happen. Bit by bit, you're going to see stuff starting getting removed off the site because there are things we're going to be getting ready for and things we're going to start doing with these new products. So, I believe in updates. Let me see. We have here. Where are you at? 2 gallons. We got 2 gallons. Okay, we'll activate this one. This is 2 gallons. Someone was requesting 2 gallons for the Black Series edition. Black Series. Okay, we'll start with this one. Okay, here's our video demonstrations and so on, sort of good stuff. 2 gallons, 250 and screen. Oh, we got a spray on application demonstration we did too. So we got to put 2 links here. Did we hit the 8,000 mark in here? Oh, please tell me we didn't hit it. We need 2 links in this baby. Let me see. Oh, we don't need this in here. We already know it. It's an ultra black. That's me rewriting stuff for the sake of just rewriting stuff. All right, let me see. Demonstrations here. We have to put on that's coming up in red. Why? All right. Bring that back up. We need demonstration. Well, if I put on spray on demo, I'm trying to, because remind you, we go over 8,000 easy. Spray on demo. Let me see, and I need black. I spelled it correctly. My consistency means fabrics. Here we go. Fabrics. F A. No, it's just maybe just put the black versus black. Black versus. Now, question. As you make great products, claim your products to be more superior, do you have these on your shopping cart? Show them the difference between your products and black paints, black fabrics, all that. This is what should be on a site. Because then you know exactly at the end of the day what you're getting. And the only people that are bothered by this, because we see people come in and leave the room, we know who you are when you leave. Your own customers would never get bothered by something like this. Only person would get bothered by something like this is a person who makes screen paint. So we know you come in to watch. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. You're my, you know, at the end of the day, you have to realize, naysayers, when you come in here to watch, you know, you are my biggest fans. You know that, right? You come in here to watch me. A person really doesn't care about somebody, they're not going to come in. I don't go over his videos and watch. Why? Watch a dark environment, a highly expensive projector, sitting about a couple inches from the screen in a dark environment, and hear somebody talk about something that they don't know what they're talking about? No, I'd rather just be watching a documentary on hydroelectric energy, something I like to watch on, or something water filtration system, or something like that. Why'd I waste my brain cells on that? But you guys are in here watching me. Because every time I turn my camera, I'm doing something different. It's the same nonsense, and you learn something when you're in here. So you're my biggest fans. Even if you hate me, you're still my biggest fans. Because you know that every time that camera comes on, there's always something different. Let's see. Black versus black test. I want to do this one. This is definitely was a good one right here. We got the fabric. We got, this is Dynasty Black, or Black Dynasty, what it's called, and it's right here. It's called Black Magic. It's actually one of the darker ones they make at Lowe's. And that's Taco in the window. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I told him the idea, but when we go to the show, first we're going to bring in the black technology, we're insane stuff, some crazy stuff we're working on. Then once that's done, then we're going to have some fun, because we know we can run that place easily. I'm going to do Taco's paint. I'm going to have people dressed up like little cats, like Taco. Bum, 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 bum. And I'm going to watch my cats paint, level everything in there. And then we're going to bring out the Sugar Plum Fairy. Oh my goodness, when the Sugar Plum Fairy comes, people dressed up like fairies and stuff. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be, going to have Sugar Plum Fairy bobbleheads and jerseys and all that stuff. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And then we're going to have the Leviathan. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. Because those forums, not forums, those conventions are so boring. Oh my goodness, I just to punch my face is gonna be in there. It's just so boring, really boring. All right, let's get this cracking, Jackson. Let me see. Okay, go back over here, right? No, over here. We need to put this here. It's the black on black test. Bam! Copy this. This is how you make your, for those who know how to make links, this is just an easy way to make links. Just put it in there, copy, paste, and put it right back in here, like so. Boom. And you hit it. And then when it comes off, you should be able to, it should turn into a, almost like it's giving you the middle finger, but it's not. Let's see, it changes. All right, we got spray on demo. Are we getting 8,000 more? Let me see. No, because it would have popped up right there if we hit it. We got the spray on demo. Let me see. Oh, I gotta get all that. I got more of these. I wonder if I can find my one demonstration I'm looking for. But let me get this spray on first. I'm gonna go to this right here, spray on. Bet you $100 I can't go into here and put down black versus black or gray versus gray. Nah, I can't do it because they don't have a demonstration, no tests. Watch this. Test. Demonstrations. Let me see. Bam, bam, bam. Test, 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 test. We're gonna test that. D5K. You know how old a D5K is? D5K is somewhere around 7 years old. That's when we were engineering gunmetal technology right around the time we bumped into Black Diamond. Let's put down for, let's put down tests. Let's see. Where y'all test? 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 Y'all don't have no tests. I've done more testing on y'all stuff when I got it over here. Well, one person couldn't get his stuff over here because just kept giving us back her money. But either way, you know what that means. Look at that test. Test 2.8. This is a digital one 2.8 screen paint test. This is when we made 8 gray screen paint 9 years ago, people. 9 years ago. You don't have tests? Come on now. Really? Making gray screen paints? Done that already. More test, our test demo page. Here we go, test again. Test on the ultra short throw projector. This is that projector we got for like $60. Test on motorized projection screens. Test on certified screens. Test on black versus black. I need that one right there. We don't have that one right there. Test on his mixes. Test right here at 1 quart of Cinemax. Yeah, we had it over here. I told you we had it over here. Test, 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 test. Testing outside, window technology. More tests, more tests. This is the first outdoor demonstrations we did under Crystal Edge technology screens at 10 years ago. Sorry, digital on Crystal screens. Yeah. More tests. Test 6 years back. This is a test we did to test screens to see if they can absorb rainwater. So what we did was, because we didn't have an outside area, we took a Tupperware container, painted the inside of it, filled it up with water, and set it out for months to see exactly how long would it take for the surface to deteriorate being submerged underwater. See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all don't do tests. That was 8 years ago. 8 years ago. When you hear me on camera requesting tests, I can go back to 8 years and show you testing that we were doing to basically show that a screen or products can submerge, can take tons of water, can sit out in the rain by submerging screens in tanks of water. That's my experience level. Y'all don't have an experience level like that because y'all don't even do tests. Y'all can't even pass gray paint. See? Right there. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit for you. Stand act right here first. What's fighting me? Oh, wait a minute. I think we're up as far as you can go. There we go. Let's bring it a little bit more. Sorry, we're gonna fight here with the stand. I gotta get a new stand. Oh, here it is right here. So you see that test I'm doing right there? So basically what's going on here is, this is a tub of water. The tub of water, this is where our screen paint, our gray screen paint's at. Right inside, right? This is filled with water. The projector is on this side. It's a 50 lumen projector we're using in the demonstration. to see if our product can actually handle, you know, weather. And the best way to show a screen can handle weather is to submerge it underwater. Y'all don't do the test. And y'all crying about tests now. And this is probably the naysayers are going to get a little upset and a little bit butthurt. But I'm going to tell you something. I've been telling y'all, well, matter of fact, you weren't even around then when we were doing those tests. You didn't even exist at all, period. But if you hear me now telling you, you have to do tests, and you got to send me a statement like, back it up or pack it up, I can go back to 8 years and show you tests. Where are yours? I forgot you weren't there. You didn't exist. Only I did. All right, just checking. This is called right here a screen paint we never finished. It was called a gold color 4K. It's a gold colored screen that we were designing. It was gold. It's pretty cool. Never finished it. Never heard of that stuff, or have you? Because you didn't exist. More tests. These are more tests. Get your close to security. You see these tests coming up. Tests. We're testing. What was that right there? On that one right there. Test outside. More tests. That's my 235.1 custom painted in screen. Tests on making cheap screen paint products. Yeah, where are your tests, Danny? You don't have them. Moving on. Okay, let's see more testing. Oh, this is another test we did on a liquid screen we designed. Got to get around to that when I get around to it. Window test technology right here. The benefits that we got from being there, and I got all the knowledge I need, but still, like I said, we're going to go in and help them out. At the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference. We're still going to donate for them to help them out. But the information that I got off that site, and was more than enough, was to see if our technology can feed through a glass window. And we got it. There's the information right there. So that information and technology is in my head already to advance it, to make it better, to do what I want. Because I got the first main test that was very important, was to be able to see if the screen could take actual sunlight through the screen and still produce a bright, beautiful image on a storefront setting. See, what you naysayers understand, that split second when that sunlight went through that screen, information was feeding through my head on different ways on how I can change, alter that technology right there. That's all I needed. Just that one split second to see exactly how it would react. Let's see, we got projection screens on the floors and the walls. You don't do those. Invisible technology right here. Y'all don't do this at all, period. So forget about that. Let's just move on. Inflatables. I've seen your inflatables are poor. D4K. This is a D4K product we're making. Outdoor demonstration. What do we got more on here? More testing on Crow's products right here. Yeah, again, requesting testing. Yeah, I don't have it yet. This is test for the outside right there. Right here. Ooh, what is this? Curved screen. Oh, the out curve. I forgot about this thing. We actually made an out curve projection screen. Is that cool or what? Never seen that one before, have you? I've developed so much technology, it's not even funny. I've even done on curved screens. One projector, too, by the way. So that's called an out curve. So when you design an out curve, it has to be curved on an angle where you have to be able to pick up both left and right or right and left at the exact same time. If it's curved too much, that means you will distort the image on one side or distort the image on the other side. So the image has to show crystal clear on both sides. When you stand in the center of it, you should be able to see one side to the other side, but the image is pushed out like in the form of 3D. How come you guys aren't hating on that technology right there? You know why you're not hating on it? Because you don't even know it even existed. That shows you how far I've been around, how long I've been around. I'm going to post this on my Facebook page. Oh, I got the 1K followers. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, let me see. This is some of the stuff we're loading up here right now. If you want to check out our amazing pictures, oh, we got insane pictures. Go to my Facebook page. You want to see some crazy pictures. We got pictures that they can't even touch at the end of the day. Inflatable screens, setups. This is one of the setups I did in my room. In my place, I had the ceiling done. 235.1, 158-inch screen. Screens for the kitchen, screens for the back. That's the window technology we showed you right there. Using it as a front projection, you can set your projection screen in your window. I told you that's what I'm gonna do. When I get that land, I'm gonna get myself a huge, massive window so I can see nature, but I'm gonna have my screen right there in the middle where I can watch nature on my screen as I'm watching nature. That's a mind trip, isn't it, right there? That's a bit of a mind trip. Sorry, people. I love this stuff. I love developing technology. Look at this. The difference between our technology and a white surface. Massive difference. No hiccups, none of that nonsense. You got to show a difference between night and day when you do these demonstrations. Look at that. And you see the difference between what a gray screen does to this. A gray screen can't give a white wall any kind of improvement. It just can't. Compared to what our black technology. By the way, if you don't know, this is a dedicated black Cinemax. Yeah, this is supposed to be a screen that was so dark you can't see it. Oh, okay, whatever. All right, moving on. But I'm gonna put this on here pretty soon. That out curve. I might build me another out curve. Oh, this is a demonstration done in the dark with a 1000 projector. 1000 projector, showing the difference on the white wall versus our screen. Showing that our screen pulls the highest and most beautiful color at 1000 lumens. Oh, there's a floor demonstration. That's what I got in the next room right there. I'm trying to figure out what this game is. Because I want to buy it, but I can't figure out the name of it. Ceiling technology. This is why we got the... It's funny because I sat there and I heard somebody say when I first did the ceiling, why would you do the ceiling? Why not? That's what got us to... Do you have any idea what that ceiling is going to look like in that environment? We could do, they can put anything they want up there. They can make it snow, they can make it rain, thunderstorms, whatever they want, right up their ceiling. And that smoke lounge, all those people are going to walk in there and seeing that ceiling do that. Do you have any idea how many contracts that's going to bring to my front door? It's going to be insane. Look at it. This is what we're trying to explain about where the projector has to sit. Now, those of you who have dedicated theater room setup, you're going to spend $20,000 for an infinity screen to look at the same thing every day. Maybe the stars might move a little bit to the left or to the right. You can change that out to anything you want. Look at the floor right there. You can walk across that all day long. You won't damage it. You won't mess it up. You can game off your floor if you want to. Maybe you want to turn your floor into a rushing river or whatever you want to think of at the end of the day. You can do that. And we did that with a projector that cost us $60. With the stand about $100, and that projector sitting over there was $140, but now they're like $83, so $100 to do that with our technology instead of spending thousands of dollars on these 4K and all these expensive projectors. These are all 720p units. There you go. I see I turn the lights on in the demonstration. I always turn my lights on so that way you can look up and see the screen, having no problem, and you can look and see the ceiling running with no problem whatsoever. That's why when I see people doing demonstrations, you're popping open a door and windows being blocked by a massive green bookcase, and you're saying, look at the light. Dude, I do demonstrations off the ceiling at 180 inches with the light right there in the center of the screen. Come on now. We're going to put that out curve in there. Look at Pac-Man. I missed the screen. Oh, I've got it in the next room. What am I talking about? I got one of these in the next room. All this crazy stuff you're seeing, that's what I'm building into my new house. It's going to be insane in there. It's going to be awesome. Now, these are mats. These are mats we coat. So I don't have to coat the floor. All I can do is just go in and just drop these mats and measure them, or basically just cut everything. The best way to do it is just to measure everything with the mats, all from one end out the other, and then basically just go in and take them out to the back and just spray them and then put them all back together again. And that's it. Right off my floor. So I can walk in here, my floor's all black, and be like, why is your floor black? Watch this. Trigger off those projectors, but they're only going to cost me under $200 to do it, so that's cheap. I can put a projector on each floor. It doesn't cost me much. Oh, that's going to be crazy, man. Crazy. And this is what they want to do. People want to do to their establishments. Imagine somebody walking into your restaurant business, whatever, and you got some crazy display, koi fish popping up off your floor. Number one, when you have a business, you want something that people, when they walk in, are never going to forget that experience. They're going to talk about you. We walked into this business, man. The whole entire ceiling turned into a universe. Like, that is crazy. Where was it at? It was at such and such. I've got to see this. How many of you have said that? Walked in there and the floor was koi fish. Like, it was koi fish on the floor. It was insane. Like, where was this at? So and so and so. I got to go see this. There you go. Now imagine that glass technology pushing through a window. People got aquariums, you have an aquarium store, and you can display your fish. You're moving back and forth. You can turn your actual storefront window into a giant fish tank. You'll have people sitting up there touching it, looking at it and everything. And yeah, their interest is going to be to buy fish. It's interesting that when we show them that kind of technology, the first thing they say in their head is, hey, how can I get a contract to sell some of this stuff? Because they know they can make money off of it. Anybody we do business with eventually asks us for a contract. Because if they want it and they're amazed by it and their friends are amazed by it, they see money already up from the door. People staring at it. My buddy who did who actually one of the pre-coded screens, his family members kept coming over and touching the screen because they didn't know what it was. When he turned that projector on, they were just amazed by it. He was like, what the freak? So image pops up because you're not supposed to be do that with a projector. Projectors aren't supposed to pull up in fully lit environments at all, period. They're supposed to wash out. Projector mapping applications. Hardest thing with projector map applications is trying to get the image to show up on the surface. This is why a lot of times we see projector applications are done in the dark because they have a very difficult time pulling up. That technology that we have can eat sunlight. Can you imagine what you could do with it now in projector mapping applications? You have a lot of people out there with some amazing, beautiful ideas, and I've talked to these people, about their plans and what they're building and what they're making. And they just can't figure how to get to the next stage. And this allows you to get to the next stage. Let's put that in here right here. Always put down my thanks to the Lord. God is amazing. I had somebody ask me one time, he said, what does God have to do with it? God has everything to do with it. Everything to do with it. What does God have to do with your business? Well, you see my technology, right? Do me a favor. Do some research. Go try to find anything close to my stuff at the end of the day and come back. And you'll see how amazing God is. Put this in here right here. Down some from the past, because it pretty is from the past. And did we get that, or they just basically just give me? I wanted to just get it. Did I get that right there? Yeah, out curve projection screen. Cool, it did load it. Okay, cool. All right, that's there. I'm going to go back over here to YouTube. We did one of these for gaming too. Oh, out curve. I must be looking for this spray on. I know. But I did the test already. I'm going to look at more of these out curves. Let me shoot this correctly. All right. Out curve projection screen. This is curved. Mine's an out curve. And this is when we're dabbling with curved screens. I might do this again. I might invent. We got technology way beyond that now. So I think I'm going to make another out curved screen. This is way back. This is my first house I rented. Way back. Ambient light projection technology we got now is way beyond this. Oh, I gotta look up the, what was it? It was the wallpaper projection screens. Here we go. Black curve projection screens. What does it say at the bottom, gentlemen? Right here. Sorry about that. What does it say at the bottom? Testing. You don't do tests. You don't have any tests. If I dig you up and I put testing underneath your products, nothing comes up. You don't test anything. So now doing all this testing, I got a knowledge of curved screens. I did this with one projector, not two. That's why I said they should do, I don't know if anyone's done it yet. I've been researching and looking it up, but I haven't seen anyone do it yet. 3D mapping for curved projection screens would be hot, but I haven't seen anybody do it yet. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this. I'm definitely going to be putting this one on here. This is Crystal Edge Technology Screen Paint. I'm definitely putting this on our page. On Facebook. God is amazing. God is amazing. Next time, do a video, I'm going to put one that says, look what I have done. Or look what God has done. Better way to put it that way. And we'll go through my which one, we'll see all the different screens that I've actually designed down through time. It is a lot of stuff. That shows you where my experience is and where everybody else is at. Oh, I can type up certified screens and dig out all certified screen tests too on top of that. All right, let me see. Get back over there. Get back over there. I get this wrong. I should know how to spell it. Trust me, I know. I spell it every day. I know it's off. It's definitely off. Why I got the brain block there for that for some reason? Oh my goodness, every day I do this. Amazing. Yeah, I had it right the first time.
Here's the definition of amazing. Causing great surprise or wonder. Astonishing.
Yeah, because that's what God is. That's what He is, people. Put my little happy face in there next to Him. Boom. Yeah, put down screens. that going correctly? Let me see. Ah, it's supposed to be passed, not pass, as you're passing a football. Pass with a T. What are you thinking? All right, let me see. Now I need to spray. I'm gonna get this spray on. Get this done. I'm gonna get caught up in this. I'm having a ball. Look how clean it was. That was a 720p, 2000 lumen NEC projector. Yeah, looks incredible, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Now watching everybody else spend all this money for 4K projectors because they need them. They have to have them. You don't have a choice because your screens don't look right without them. And then they kept saying, oh, well, get a 4K, get a 4K. I bought a 4K. And guess what? We turned around and made the 4K, 720p like a 4K. Oh, I forgot. Let me put that demonstration up too. 4K versus 720p. 720p. There you go. These are all our tests on a 4K projector. PX747 projector by ViewSonic. Had one, bought it, did the test, knocked it out, finished. Sat there and saw that demonstration. I'm like, no, I'm never buying a 4K again. There is no purpose for me to buy a 4K. We don't even use 1080p at that. Don't need it. So let's see which one we want to do. All right, let me see. There you go. Which one's 4K? Which one's 720p? And both screens are not sitting in the dark. They got tons of light right on top of them. Which one? Is that 4K? Or is that 720p? Or is this 4K? Or is that 720p? I spent about $1,300 for a PX747 ViewSonic projector. The 720p cost me $150. That black technology over there allows for that 720p to look absolutely insane. The resolution that you have, you say, well, it has a higher resolution. That don't mean jack when you have a screen that's solid black. Because now the resolution is much sharper, the detail's much sharper, the depth's much sharper. Because that's something you can't achieve on a gray screen because a gray screen doesn't have a high enough contrast to do so. And therefore you must depend on the projector to fix the problem. In this case, the screen fixes the problem. And therefore at 720p, you can achieve that ultra contrast level, beautiful depth and detail, and defined image due to the fact that the screen's doing it. And you could do it at $150 instead of turn around and spending, which I don't know which one's which, around $1,400 or $3,300 for a projector with a high contrast that only sees shades of gray. See? There you go. Did they explain that to you when you're watching demonstrations? No. Because they don't know what they're talking about. This is why we can do this. Now let's figure out which one is the 720p and which one is the 4K. Let's see. Because I got to pull the projector, which one back to see which one's which. All right, look. I'm going to go with, this is 4K. And that's 720p. And people think, did I remember? How many videos I have? I don't memorize all. It's virtually impossible. Let's see which one's which. That's 4K, 720p. I think this is 4K. Now this is when I started crying about settings. Look, settings. It's a 4K projector. The settings on a 4K projector are going to be way advanced, even if you take a 720p on a gray screen and you try, we did that test already, and boost them all the way up, and you take a 4K and you bring them all the way down, the 4K still is going to be to overpower on a gray and white screen. Not on a black screen it won't. So, guess what? This right here is 720p. That's 4K. Look at the side angle. So there's the 4K projector here. That's 4K. That's the 720p there. 720p Sonic, Sonic right there. Wait. That's 720p. Did I get it mixed up? I think I got it mixed up. And that right there is 4K. Right there. So when people sit there and say, your naysayers say, well, your product's gonna work on 4K. Please. You gotta be kidding me. Give me tests I have on a 4K projector. You know why I don't do any more tests on a 4K projector? Because I don't need to spend one. Because all the technology we got in here can look like 4K on 720p easily. This is why we don't buy 4Ks. We don't have to. And we did all the tests to back them up. Not in a dark environment, in a fully lit environment with condensed lighting hitting the screen. Plenty of light. This is why I tell people you don't have to buy 4K when it comes to our technology. Everybody else, you will need 4K. Sat there and watched that demonstration, my heart sunk. Because like, I just spent all this money for a freaking 4K projector. And I don't even need it. I stopped using it after that, was just no point. You know what I did? I sold the 4K projector. If I wanted to upgrade over 720p, I just sold the 4K projector on eBay. I got like 500 bucks. Well, I think, no, I didn't sell eBay. I sold it on my website for 500 bucks. That was it. And I went out and got myself a ViewSonic. It was some kind of projector. It was like 4,000 lumens, 1920 by 12. And I got me a 1080p model. That's pretty much what I bought. Because I didn't need it. Yeah. Now, the beautiful thing about that is, with that technology, you can display, either one of those projectors are going to hit an insane contrast. So if I put it on a star field, they both pick up contrast levels. If I put it on color, they both pick up color. If I put it on white levels, they both pick up white levels. Try doing that demonstration with the gray screen. What'll happen? You put it on color, color's gonna wash out a little bit, especially if you have your lights on, because gray screens don't have ambient light rejection technology. They're there for you to be stuck in the dark. White levels will pick up, but what happens when you put it on a star field? It can't pick it up at all. Well, there you go. Then what's the point of you buying a gray screen on a 4K projector if you can't see contrast to begin with? Let me see. I'm gonna put that in. This is why when customers call me and they don't have a projector, they never bought one, and that's fantastic for me. And I said, well, I said, do I need 4K? I'm like, no, you don't need 4K. You don't have to have it. Not with our technology. You don't need it. Do I need 1080p? No, really. You don't need it. You can do it with a 720p projector. So they end up getting a projector for under 200 bucks. They had $3,000 saved for a projector in their budget, and their projector cost them $200. Where someone who's using a projector of that magnitude, who spent $3,300 when that machine came out, or $3,500 when it came out, on a screen paint that cost 90 to 60 bucks, you just spent more money than I would spend for an entire living room setup. In the video, when I was showing off my screen, I had two projectors running, one for the ceiling, one for the floor. One was 140 bucks, the floor was 60 bucks. I had another projector pointed at another screen that was about around $270. I had a movie sofa in there that cost me about $1,000. Popcorn machine in there that cost me $200. All that was way under what you just paid for. So how are you saving people money, or hundreds, if you have to spend hundreds yourself? If you can't show in your demonstrations that you're saving money, how can you show other people to save money? I'm going to show you how to save thousands of dollars on buying cars. This car over here cost me $80,000. That defeats the purpose of saving any money. Okay, let me see. Let's go over here. I know we're supposed to put this, what you want to call, man, I'm off track right now. Oh my God, it's amazing. Why? Why our dedicated screen paints, dedicated, we're going to dedicate for one thing. Why we do not require 4K. That's why the store owner, well actually the lounge, got both of his projectors for under $400. Sorry, under $400. That's it. We got two 720p's in there. The LW 400 Christie's. That's what we have in there, and they look incredible. Not required. You don't have to spend that money. Any other place is going to suggest you buy an expensive projector. Even Gunmetal will do it. Well, if you want the best picture quality, you want to go with, you don't need that, then you really don't. Spending money you don't need. Save that money, do something with it. So for the customer who had $3,000 saved up for his projector and ended up only spending $200 with it, we didn't save him hundreds, we saved him thousands of dollars. That's the whole purpose. That's what I don't like about the industry. Industry sells you screens and have you in dark ambient light controlled environments and tell you gotta buy these expensive projectors and blah 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 blah, and you don't have to spend that. At the end of the day, you really don't. And you're going to talk about quality. Oh, you get quality. Guess what else got quality? Network grade 773 got the same quality. Not really getting any quality off that product. It doesn't do anything. This is 4K. This is 200 lumens versus a knockoff 7,000 lumen projector. This would be 7,000 lumen. 2,000 lumen knocked it out of the water. These are our tests we've done. All of these are done. 720p, 1080p, 5,000 lumens versus 1,000 lumens. All those tests. I need to get back to my spray on. Let me see. I gotta get that in there. Spray on. Demonstrations. Let me see. Wagners. A lot of Wagners. Now, here you guys talking about spray on. I see one person do spray on, but not enough. You have to have at least about a good 40 spray on application video demonstrations to show how your product reacts. Because all different products react differently. The other one doesn't have any. I haven't seen any spray on demonstrations on that one. Let's see. What do we have? I should want the black series spray on demonstrations. I'll narrow it down. We got too many in there. Way too many to track down. We'll put down black. Because I'll be in there forever trying to track this down. There we go. Is it the black series? Let me see. I did a spray on demonstration on the black series. See, I do so many demonstrations, I literally forget I do literally that many demonstrations. I did one, it was right over here. It was outside. Okay. That was the missed demonstration. Let me see, what's another one? There's another spray demonstration. We got too much stuff going on here. We got a lot of demonstrations we do. Man, this is going to take forever. So we have too much video. We have to do too much. Well, like I said, we do a lot of testing. A lot of testing. All right. You know what? I can find it through here faster. So I just recently did this video. I have to go through the archives to find it. Fast and easy, expanded dedicated blocks. There we go. Found it. Let me see. Let me go over to. we go. So we got a black versus black test in our shopping cart. We also too have our spray on demo, just in case if you want to see how easy it is to spray the screen in. All right, see if we can save on this one. Should be able to. Is we gonna get any warnings? Tell us we're over the 8,000 mark. So 2 gallons. This is the 1 gallon. Oh man, I wonder what those plugins are. Let's see. There's something down here we added too much to. Alright, we said that's needed there. This, we don't need this. We have a color for it already. Alright, so I need to put this right here. So now added to our pages now, you can go in there and you can check out the spray demonstration of how to spray the screen, how easy that is to do. And also too, black versus black, which shows our product not to match in any form of black paint, black fabric, so you know what you're buying at the end of the day. If you need more information on that, you can also too go to the bottom of our page, and we have a lot of demonstrations down there on our products, on black versus black. So that way you know exactly what you're buying. And we do challenge you to go out and look at other sites to make sure that they're doing the same thing as we are. If they're not, then you know where to go. Sure, gonna make this a giant link. We don't want to do that. Okay, that's 24. I need 32. Well, oh wow, oh wow. What's up, Taco Bear? Not much. Sitting here chilling like a villain. Yeah. Pretty soon be on the farm chilling like a villain. You're gonna love it out there, man. You're gonna love it out there. Plenty of run around, plenty of farmland, all kinds of birds. Oh, wait till you start feeding the birds again. We're gonna get a bird sanctuary. I forgot about that. I'm building a bird sanctuary for our property. Birds, I'm getting a really big one too. And I love feeding the birds and the squirrels and all of them. We're gonna get a bird sanctuary. Yep. You go there and watch your birds. All right, so we now added to all the shopping carts that under the Black Series Edition, we added in a link that shows you how easy it is to spray on the screen and a black versus black. But keep in mind, underneath, we have that demonstration on that also too, if you need more information. So you know that when you're buying a product from us that is backed 100%, that it has been tested, because we have a test page on all our products that were tested before they were shipped out. Also too, we have, like I said, spray on application, and most importantly, the black versus black demonstration. So you know at the end of the day that you're not getting ripped off. That at least you know it's your product. At the end of the day, it's not going to match a gray paint or a black paint. This is why we request that you ask for these tests right up front before you buy. Make sure before you go to the website that you can get proof of this before you buy. I think I'm gonna put here. I'm gonna put a preview. Do we have any videos here in this section? Oh, we got nothing there. I can drop 2 videos in there. Got this big open area here. I'm gonna drop some more videos in there. Yeah, I'm about to drop some more videos in there. Cause we got more videos we can put in there. Why not, Taco? Why not? Yeah, when they sit there and say, you know, Nathan, we just started testing. No, we've been testing for years. All our products have been tested for years. We just start this as we start talking about testing. We've been testing. We've been testing for years. And go all the way back to 8s, D5K, D4Ks, all that. We've been through all that testing. All right, I'm going to drop something in these 2 videos right here. I'm going to go over here. First, let me change these players up real quick. I'm going to change these right here. I'm going to add 2 more black on black demonstrations in here. What you doing then? Are you fighting for Holocaust? Are you fighting for Holocaust? For Holocaust. You're fighting for it, because you love her. You love her. That's why you're fighting for her, because you love her. You fight for her. You're fighting for her because you love her. Yes, you do. You love her. Take it like you don't love her. Meows. Why are you so angry about it? Meows. Meows. You're out of pocket, Oracle? You're out of pocket? Alright, grabbing something, because I gotta set something up in the next room. Alright people, I have it set up for what I'm doing in the next room. Get my projectors in there so I can get all that done, because I got some stuff I got to do today. I need more, I got to take some pictures for something. Okay, so let me see, this is done. I actually moved this up so I added 2 more black versus black demonstrations. So I want to go back to this and get some more demonstrations for the page. So, black versus black. Just a few minutes ago, one of my buddies just texted me a few minutes ago. I'm not going to share this, but I do have it on the phone, so if you think, oh, you're making it up, no, I have another phone. But anyway, texted me a few minutes ago, you know, talking about how, basically, how I give this guy too much mercy. He literally said that you give him way too much. This guy is dirty. You need to shut him down completely. As I said before, this guy has been contacting places that I've been moving to and saying nasty stuff about me. He's been doing it for a while, since the first house I moved into. He wouldn't do this on Cambria Street where I was living at, because that was my hood in there. I was connected up in that area, and I'm still connected in that area. And you really would have gotten hurt up there. So he didn't bother with that area at all. But any other area, he's been contacting the landlords and carrying on and acting up. The other place I was living at, and people came and they were nice, it was sweet, you know what I mean? So don't worry about it, you know what I mean? It's just, we know you got trolls at the end of the day because of what you do. So people notice we have trolls. And she said, but you know, person has some problems. So, you know, at that particular time, we really didn't know his whereabouts. When we ordered stuff, we get fake addresses that would pop up from time to time, but we didn't know his whereabouts. We didn't actually get his whereabouts until one day I was on Facebook and I saw his address posted, and I'm like, what the freak? And it was a screen, it was washed out, it was awful looking, and the person was very upset, and they posted his address. So that's why I said we're not really sure this could be his address. So I just posted the address where we found it at. And he got ticked off, he ranted and carried on. I said, oh, then that's his address right there. So that's how we found his whereabouts, because somebody got mad and posted him. So then after that, we went in and got paperwork done, you know, for the lawsuit and all that stuff like that, for the copyright infringements. And we still didn't know what apartment he was in, because it said Avenue E. We're talking Avenue East, that's what we're thinking. And he had his LLC was actually a month before he got served. That's how they found him. Because in the LLC, they posted his information in public records, and they put down the exact location where that application was done. And it said, well, actually where you put it at, and it said apartment E. Another mistake you made, you're running a company. You're trying to tell the people over here, well, he's running a company out of there. My LLC isn't linked to a business, not an actual apartment. That's why when it comes up, you see it's linked to a business. Yours is linked to your apartment. You can't do that. You know that, right? That can get you in a lot of trouble, because it means you're running a business out of an apartment that you are renting. Your LLC is attached to it. That's what he was bringing up to me. Not only that, the fact that you have now court order, not court order, but a process server has been to his front door, and they know they had the process for him to go to court, which means you have committed a felony. And the felony that you committed was basically copyright infringements. That information gets to your landlord, you will be evicted. No matter what, you're going to be evicted. So yeah. That's why when you look at my LLC, you only see a business pops up, because it's under a business. Yours, mine's not linked to an apartment, nothing at all, period. Why would I do that? That's a violation right there. You just basically violated and breached your lease. But another thing what breaches your lease even faster is the fact that you committed a felony in the property you're living at. I'm pretty sure that's in your lease. If you commit a felony, you can automatically be removed from your property, and we can prove that because a process server took pictures of the property, was at your building, and sent you a document from the courts. If I submit that tomorrow to your landlord, and I know who he is, I found out yesterday, I went through all your information. It's there because the LLC brought up all his information. So it's easy to find who owns the building. And I submit those documents, you're out on your butt. That's what's going to happen. You're especially out on your butt because you're running a company out of that business, out of there, and we can show through license inspection that the building, when they go through there, is definitely a hazard to everyone living in that building. I don't have any chemicals here. Everything I do is made to order. And when I came here, I explained to them what I do for a living. They even got business cards, they have a website, all that. They'll name something, pictures of the inside of the place, everything, what I did to it. I always get permission. Anytime I walk into a place where I'm going to be setting up screens, doing anything, I always get permission, and they know what I do for a living, they know how I make my money. So again, your quest to do whatever failed miserably. Now, if I decide to basically listen to my friend and tolerate, or you know what I'm trying to say, and do the same thing you did, you'll be out on your butt, I guarantee you. Have you learned anything with dealing with me at the end of the day that it comes with really dangerous consequences? You talk about taking me to court, I am taking you to court. You talk about my product being fake, your product is fake. You talk about trying to get me evicted from here, I can get you tossed out of here on Monday. Monday morning, get you tossed out. Let your landlord find out that your apartment building is involved in copyright infringements and other court problems at the end of the day. Criminal charges, terroristic threats, cyberbullying. Let them find out about that nonsense. That your LLC is connected to your apartment and that you're using your apartment as a place of business. Yeah, you don't think things through when you run your mouth. There you go. So he told me, yeah, just get it done. Let me see what I gotta go from here. Let's go to. Oh, yeah, plus we've done the videos right there. Get it done. I'm trying to figure out what I gotta do. I got other stuff to think about. That's one time I think about that. I got other stuff I gotta think about. Setting up a projector for the next room. I gotta do the white wall versus the black screen again. I'm doing more picture demonstrations on that. And then I have to finish up what I'm doing here for updating and some other stuff, and I got some emails and stuff to make, and some other stuff I got to do. It's great. And I got to do research on glass, a lot of glass. Figure out how much it costs, what it costs to get it shipped in, stuff like that. How much would shatterproof glass cost? There's a lot of stuff I got to do. So let me see. Oh, the black versus black. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing. Mine out of here. Okay, black versus black. We've done these already. Okay, this is the one I want. This is a dedicated black Cinemax test on black versus black. This is one we have in our shopping cart. We still have to have this on the front of the page, on the page, in our section here. It is available. Let me see how much minute we got going on here. There we go. That's a glitch on their end. There it is. That's how you fix that problem. Put a video in that says unavailable, just go in and hit your preview. It'll automatically load up in preview because it has to, and then come back into editing, and your video is right there. I need to go get me another one. Let me see. All right. I got to narrow it down because I'll be in here all day trying to figure out exactly which one's which. We did a certified screen test on this thing too, didn't we? Yes, we did. Gee, can I got enough room for this to put this in the shopping carts? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna get this now while we got it. This is a certified test. This is a certified test against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 certified screens versus a Black Series edition. All right, we're taking this right here. Well, first, before I do, I gotta do something else. Pause you here. I'm gonna go back out of this for a minute. Out of my shopping carts. I'm gonna come back to this in a few minutes. I gotta get this now because I want me to find the video. If I put down, I can't find that particular video. If I put down certified, do you have any idea how many tests we've done on certified screens? Oh man, there's a lot of them in there. We got the CRT, ceiling light rejection, ultra short those certified tests. Oh man, I'm gonna run out of room. Now, some people would probably think like, okay, your page is going to be going down pretty soon, and they're going to be taken over. Why put all this stuff in there? Why not? We did it. That's why it should be in there. Got to be to back your stuff up at the end of the day. Let me see. What do we have here? This is the 2 gallons right here. I want to put another link in. Pretty sure we got enough room. We're not going to hit 8,000. I'm pretty sure we got it. Wait, that's a 2 gallon? That's a 1 gallon. Oh, no. This is something else. We don't have this anymore. This is basically for use. This is being used for something else. That front and rear, all that technology. The mist is going to be for something else. After we see what that stuff looks like on glass for front projection, woo! Man, I can't wait to get mine. Can't not wait to get mine. I'm doing one here. No, I'm gonna wait till I move to get mine. Let me see. Right, 2 gallons. This should be right here. Let me see. Right, this spray on application. I want to do right here. Let's do certified screen. Certified projection screen. This also, by doing these tests, again, gives me research and understanding of basically when I be dealing with a projection screen of this caliber, how to handle it. When I'm in forum sites, I'm going to bump into these screens constantly all the time because people like to show these screens off, and I have to be prepared that when I walk into this environment that I can back my product against any one of these screens that come up. So we have to show proof that we can take this screen on. And also, too, basically calibrates on what the pricing of your technology can be. That's what it comes down to. For you people who make these great products and you get mad at me about my pricing, well, let me see. How many certified screens can you beat? And I'm talking about fully lit environment. Not sitting in some dark environment with Christmas tree lights and spotlights splashed behind the back of your screen. Fully lit environment. How many of those screens can you take out? And I'm talking about color patterns. I'm talking about contrast levels, and white levels have to be done. We know you can't pass contrast on a gunmetal screen. It's never going to happen. And to tell you something, for those of you who have those darker mixes at the end of the day, I tested your products against a Dark Star 9, and a Dark Star 9 can generate a higher white level than a dark gray mix. Done the test already. Matter of fact, I'll dig those up too. But first, let's get this done. I'm gonna go over here to my box right here. Our technology can make a certified look close to a white sheet of paper. So that shows you the level where our technology sits at. Let's go over here. Bring this up to certified projection screen demo. So again, they get mad because they get upset because they feel that their product should be worth that kind of money, but it's not going to be worth that kind of money because, number one, you got to get past house paint. You have to get past the house paint. And this is good to have all this information here for my customers. Let's go over here and get this over here. You're not going to get the worth of your product unless you can show what your product is worth. Oh shit, I forgot to hit the paste copy for this. Forgot to hit that right there. And I'm going to go over and put it back into the link. There we go. Now we got it in there nicely. It's in there. Go over here, put this in. There we go. Can we hit the 8,000 mark? No, good. Can we get another demonstration in there? But I need to get the server. I can copy from there. That I can copy from easily. Let me go and grab. What is I going to be grabbing here when I was in here? Oh, black versus black. Okay. We need black versus black on the Cinemax. Black versus black on test on the what? Black versus black on the Cinemax. Okay, so the mist technology there. Oh, at 1,000 lumens? Oh yeah, I want this one. Let's see right here. We got 1,000 lumens. Oh, definitely want to do this one. I was definitely taking that 1,000 lumens right there. Where's our page at? Lumens. No caps. Oh, well, got that anyway. 1,000 lumens. Oh, stop it. No, where did we work? 1,000 lumens. Demo test. Oh no, we're not doing all that until link. Be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. Where are you? Be nice. Here we go. Just need you. Right, copy that. There are links. They're here. And paste in. Because we haven't hit that mark. It'll tell us if we're going too far. Alright, so this link and this link, I need to put this in bold. Here we go. So these are the two new ones we're adding in. This one and that one. These are the new ones. Let's go copy of these. I'm gonna put these in the rest of the shopping carts. And I'm gonna go in and redo this again. Perfect. So when you go to our site, you can check on the spray on demonstration, black on black test, in case you don't want to go all the way to the bottom. Check that out. You can check out the certified projections versus better. 1,000 lumen demo test. You get a chance to watch that color versus gray screens, white sheets of paper, all that stuff like that. 1,000 lumens. I want to bring this back a little bit more. No, it's going forward. And 1,000. And this one, bring this back. Much better. All right, so let me get the two new ones: the house lumen test and the certified test. Sure. No. Make sure. Okay, we have those in there. Can we save? Goody gumdrops. All right, now let's go to. We have this in the. Let's see. Make sure we get this in the 2 gallons first. All right, that's in there. That's in the 2 gallons. Okay, 1 gallon. It should be up there. All right. Oh, I gotta fix that there. Get that fixed in a few minutes. I got something I forgot to do in the other one. Need to go back. Let's see, that was the 32. Need to go back here. about shipping. It's there. Certified 1000 black on black spray on application. All right, that's done. Too far out. Let's see. So what we're going to do is when we do the glass projection screens, this is going to be a physical screen. This is going to be a pre-coated surface. I was thinking about when we were bringing out the mist that basically we should have it where the customers can do it. But no, it's going to be a bit of a headache. Getting glass is expensive. If you have a wholesale license, you could do this easily. If you have people that are connected to the business, they could do it very easily for you. And I think basically working in the partnership, we can basically do a customized glass projection screen for the customer. Now mind, this is going to be one of the high-end products. We're going to have our mid products, and then we're going to have the high-end products. So this is a website, on the section of the website you can go to. You can pick out the glass that you want. You can pick out how the engraving that you want around your borders, and then they can coat that glass to you and ship it to you. And of course, it's going to come in a big box and make sure it doesn't get jacked up in the process. But yeah. So what we're going to be showing now is when we show off the mist, because we're still going to show the mist off. When we show off the mist, we are going to do we're going to do it for a physical screen. Better on that. All right, so that's nice and neat, and it's done, finished. I have been here in this place for a couple of days, just constantly working, getting this done. I'm gonna shower and shave, work out, and go down to the store and pick up something to eat. I've been working for non-stop straight for the last couple of days. All right, so this is all finished and done. I still have to put in another demonstration for the black versus black. So that's finished. We got the shopping carts all updated. Remove the items off the site that we're going to be using for something else, other projects, and I still have to get another black on black test. Oh, ultra short throw. Sheet. We got another one to put in there. We have an ultra short throw test. All right, let's get this one. Put it in link, put in there too. Got another one to put in, ultra short throw. So let's get that one done now. Let's get this finished. We have another test we have to put in here. Let's see what we have here. 2 gallons. Oh, we hit the 8,000 mark. I knew it. We hit it. All right, whatever. We have it on the demo. We have it on the demo page anyway, so we don't need it. But we hit the 8,000 mark. I knew it was going to hit it sooner or later. So we have this already on the demo page, so I'm good. We don't need it. We got the important ones in here that we need. So these are officially all maxed out. We did 8,000. We didn't put anything in, we're gonna be over 8,000. Alright, so these are finished. Let's save this. Publish it there. Then we'll go over here. That's our ultra short throw. Demonstration test on the Black Series edition. No dark environment. Bunch of low shorts in there. our black versus black demonstrations on display. Ooh, I'm definitely putting that in there because it's actually the truth. Going back to Marketplace. Most demonstration test demonstrations than any other screen paints on or off YouTube, which is true. While we can show off a difference between a black surface versus our tested black ambient light rejection technology screen paints, please note other screen paints have failed to do these demonstrations. Oh, it's already stated in there, and it's true. You'll have failed to do the demonstrations. That's why we can put that in there. We have tests dating back to 2008. That's how long we've been doing tests. I didn't even add that in there, but you have failed to do it. So I'm not lying when I say that. Because we want people to look at this and challenge this and go look, go search, do the research. Let's see, challenge the consumer. Seriously, yeah, failed to do so. These demonstrations, we challenge the consumer to find demonstrations done exactly like ours. It's right there. So we challenge the consumer to go out and seek and search to find any demonstrations that's matching ours, any gray versus gray. They do not exist. Only we exist because of the fact we've done these tests. That's why I say, gentlemen, you cannot put things on your website that you cannot back up. And y'all put all this weird stuff in there y'all can't even back up. Like the other one sits there and says that this product works at 22. Are you kidding me? A digital one can pick up at 1,000. House paint can pick up at 1,000. How do you not pick up at 1,000? The other one, his black products only work, dark gray products and black products. If they are that, when they paint them down, apparently they change colors. But he claims to be at 2,000 lumens. Are you kidding me? We do 1,000, easy. So you're not really doing anything at the end of the day. You're not showing us anything. You're not showing me. You don't care about showing me, showing us. Everybody. Don't worry about me. Worry about the people that are basically buying your product. I don't buy your stuff. We did try to give us back our money, so that's the end of that. But other than that, you gotta prove it to them. We strongly feel that all screen paint products should be tested, and tests should be done on live YouTube to ensure the customer that they are buying a real certified product. You don't like that one, dude? They don't like that one at all, period. Yes. It also states that all tests should be done before this product is sold. You can't do that because you sold products before you tested them. Therefore, you can't troubleshoot your own product. Even one sat there and said that it's up to the customers to test the products. So sorry for those of you who bought brakes for your car if that was the case, because you're the crash dummy at the end of the day. Now you got to do these tests. Stop being so lazy. And if you run your mouth and say, well, where's your test, Mr. Bird? Where are my tests? There they are right there. I just added more tests to these. In my shopping carts right now, we have links in there for the customers. We have links at 1,000 lumens. We have links at black versus black demonstration, which we have right there, is also in the link. Spray on application, certified, how do our screens compare to certified screens? So if I'm a guy at the end of the day that got an extra $5,000 laying around, right? I'm gonna buy myself a projection screen. I can afford a Black Diamond, I can afford the DMP Supernova, the Infinity Or Blade, I can afford the Dark Star 9, I can afford that. How can you convince me that your product is better than these screens? How can you convince me? What demonstrations can you show me? I don't want to see no demonstrations of you being stuck in the dark, because the screen I'm buying can't be stuck in the dark. It's ambient light rejection technology. So you failed there. What about contrast levels? How dark a contrast level can I pick up off your product? We ain't gonna beat it there. And let me explain something to you guys. You understand this perfectly clearly? When we had your product down here, mind you, we had certifieds down here too. If you take the UV and you stick it against a Dark Star 9, a Dark Star 9 can not only have higher contrast levels, but it picks up a white level that's higher than a UV mix. Did you know that? I know that because I did the test. Yep. So the certified screens have this reflective surface that allows them to generate a very good white level, which means they can overpower any gray screen and match it with the white levels, or maybe a little higher. They can pick up better contrast, and with contrast, they pick up better color. That's what makes it certified better. The gunmetal technology. So, at $5 in my pocket, how can you convince me to buy that product? How can you convince me? You can't. Because you have to be stuck in the dark, well, both of them require expensive projectors. You don't pick up contrast, you can't see color, and the white levels on that technology are extremely good that even if your darker mixes couldn't even touch it. So no sale. Now, the fellow who basically has the 180-inch, the one that got me the beautiful contract with his brother, he's going to pull the trigger on a 120-inch diamond screen. He got the money. So he went to YouTube doing research, and he found my company. And he saw all the crazy stuff we're doing, the testing and stuff, the passion, the work we're putting in, the dedication, the hard work. And he said, I'm going to contact this guy. And he saw us knocking out certifieds left and right. So guess what he went with? He went with my technology. Talks about that to this day. He's going to spend $20,000 on a screen. I want to go over to my shop. No, not shipping information. I'm going to go pop over here. Big spaceman. Okay, they're all on out. Our new links we just put in. Back in our products. 1,000 lumens, certified. This is what my technology does to a certified screen. They don't even read on our screens. They pick up like gray screens do. That's how powerful our technology is. And these screens up here, sitting up here, it's thousands and thousands of dollars of technology. And here we are with the technology that took us less than probably a day. Actually, we did it in like 20 minutes or something like that. 20, 30 minutes we had this stuff engineered and done. So we took out a 30-minute technology that's knocking out 9 certified screens. Now the thing about the certified screens, you see how high white levels are coming up? That's because they had that reflective surface. This is not also a good thing. It's a good thing for them if they're going against a untested gray paint at the end of the day. But it's a bad thing if they're going against us. Because the white levels are generating too high, and the problem they're going to have is when it comes to color and contrast, they won't see. Oh, and show you how much light. We got all that light in the environment. Because we don't do things in the dark. You shouldn't do that. That's called cheating. Going through a color pattern. There you go. Told you. Now the question is, if I got $5,000 to burn, can you show me a difference? We can, easily. And do it in a fully lit environment at a long distance drill. And we've done this at Ultra Short, though, certified too also. So a person with that kind of money at the end of the day wouldn't even touch your product. So you'd rather go with the certified screens that would do much better than a gray screen paint. But our product, on the other hand, can knock a certified out. Now, the whole purpose of the certified technology is to have a screen that can produce a very high contrast level. That doesn't exist anymore if you have a screen that can read 100% black. Yep. I'll go back to my, right here. All right, so all the links are working perfectly. Good. Good, good. Certified, 1,000 lumens, black on black, so on and so forth. Let me know when you can go into a, people who sell gray screen paint products, the phonies, not the other ones, just the phonies, and see if you can go into their site and hit a link that says gray versus gray. You can't find those. You can only find those on our blacklist. That's it. Because they can't back it up and they can't show it. All right, this is all done in goody goody gumdrops. We're finished here. You see, yeah, this page is actually finished. We're done. Oh. Let's see. I gotta shower, shave. Well, first I gotta work out. Then I gotta shower and shave. Then I gotta work out again. Then I'll go pick me up something to eat. Oh, I gotta enter some messages too. Okay, let's see. Ah, we have the sugar plum fairy put on here. Can't believe that back in. That's gonna be pretty cool. All right, people, I'm out of here. Hope you enjoyed. Have a happy Saturday. Gotta go, and God bless.